Oi oi, how you doing? Today is Friday the 18th of December 2020. I'm here trading UK horse races just like you would financial markets. This is episode 36. 36 days of doing this. Yesterday's you may have seen from the playlist, or just yesterday's video. I did carry a loss on screen. So yeah, it happened. When I felt that it was continuous losses, I did stop trading on the day. Came back, started continued about a couple of hours after to trade the evening races. So that went okay. So yeah, that's the thing, when you have a loss, sometimes it can be best strategies just to step away for a bit, just to give it context. But onwards and upwards, we've got today's trading, 19 minutes to the off. We have got a favourite here at twos, which has drifted and come in. Looks like it's coming into support just above twos at the moment. Second favourite has been drifting pretty hard, looks like. Ooh, what's that number there? Let's just blow this chart up. It is breaking highs. I'll need to get a read on what that resistance level is. Probably 6.2, but breaks that might be of interest. So yeah, looking for shorts on this, potential longs on this. The other ones aren't as readable, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for at the moment. Here, as always, every day on Twitch, and then also upload the same day to YouTube. On Twitch it's just Mr. Exchange Trader. So let me just see what we can do with this one. So still 17 minutes off, nice amount of money matched as well, 52 grand, 102% on the book. So relatively tight book, good amount of money coming through. Oh, this is pushing lower, isn't it? Might have missed that. I can't get exact read on what level that's pushing through at support. So this might be the better one to go with, go long on. Just give it a few moments. Could put something out of the money on this. A slightly speculative move, but what I've done is put the orders just outside the money because I'd anticipate that there is some pullback before the price moves lower, or it is at least attacks its lows again. So that's why I've placed those there, just to get some position on it. Let's see if we get filled on that. There's a gap in this market, which is unusual for this size of this amount of volume. You can see there's nothing's on at 2.08 currently. So I've got filled on that. Not a big chunk, not a big amount of money, but still got filled. I'm just gonna put that out of the way until that gets, the rest of that gets filled. So this is the problem here of dealing with partial fills. So only some of that, £3.33 of that got matched. So so I'm going to try and lay that 333 off. Let's take some ticks on that and potentially enter new positions. Okay. I'll leave that. Feels just like there was a slight hesitation in a moment, which always, when it kind of pauses like that, it makes me feel that there might be connectivity issues. So I always just remain wary. So I need 156 to be matched before this gets filled. Of course, I've got the chance to just take the profit while it's there at 6p, drag it up to market price, but we'll hold out. Seems worthwhile as well. Okay, so I'm in front of the queue, getting matched, partially matched, and wow, it's a day of partial matches today. Cool. 13 minutes to the off. Okay, got filled. Not sure if I'm having network problems because my Twitch is playing up as well. But yeah, anyway, you know, made some money on that. Gonna think about. I mean, obviously I'm at the front of the queue on this one. Yeah, I still remain bearish on this. It doesn't. I mean, it feels as if it's broken those lows, but the chart hasn't really showed that yet. But I'm still bearish on this. This is still bullish, which, you know, is the opposite of this, which is good. So I'll see if I can get filled on the rest of this position. That is very odd. What's going on with the... Oh, Muppet. It's because I was still on net stake there and it was at 0. Oh well, alright. Hopefully won't have too many tech diffs today. So let's see how this plays out. 12 minutes left. So I got filled on that one. Need to use a different net. So right at the back of the queue on this one. I mean, it has been consolidating quite a bit. I still feel bearish on it, but just playing a bit of defense because it has just consolidated for quite a while. Could mean I'm seeing potential reversal rather than a push lower. So ergo, I have moved it up a tick. Just taking that out. Just waiting for a fit on this. And you can see some of the, although I'm not using from the get-go £10 and £20 stakes, I have been using bigger multiples of 5 in terms of the position size for, you know, each level. So that's a way that I feel is a nice way to kind of transition into using bigger stakes while still keeping, you know, the growth organic on the account, rather than just add more money to it, you know, continually adding more money to it without getting accustomed to the stake sizes. So yeah, that can be a good way to compound the account. I'm not 100% set on doing it that way yet, but it seems, at least for now, that's a good approach to have. But as you can see, this one here did find support. It looks like it's, you know, at least potentially testing its previous support here to go into resistance, but potentially higher. But you know, I'm really out of it, so made some green. Time to move on. So the next one here, oh, these have picked up. So I did take 2 trades before coming on, which in fact netted each other out. So one was a gain of 20p, the other was a loss. But it's just trying to pick a time when there's the most races on, so there's not, at least for recording, there's not going to be massive gaps in between. Which is one of the reasons I don't do the evening ones at the moment, because it's about half an hour between, you know, ones that are tradable. So next one here, 17 minutes to the off. Got a favourite as 6s, which tells me the other ones are probably going to be similarly priced when favourites are 6. So these ones here, you know, they're all 6s or 7s. So when the favourite is this highly priced, it means that there's probably going to be less correlation between, what am I trying to say, the favourite is going to have a less impact on the other ones in terms of its movement, because it's, you know, they're all pretty much equal weightings in terms of what they can do to the book. But nonetheless, we've got a favourite, or the front runner, I guess is the term here, rather than the favourite, because it's not favourite, all priced the same. But these, this one's drifted, it's coming, it's found consolidation, and it's hitting its lows here. Wow, 91 grand. What is this? Oh, it's an Ascot. Oh, it's an Ascot. Yeah, I've had trouble trading Ascots before, these bigger volume ones. But let's see how this goes. I'm not going to let that bias my decision. Just going to try to read what the market's telling me. But this has found support. Let's see what that level is. 6s. So it's found support off of 6s. This one here, similar. In fact, it's a correlated move. You can see this move up here and then consolidation. This move up here and then consolidation. So these are quite correlated, albeit over different ranges. This is going into 7s and finding some resistance. So it could short off of 7s. This one here is going into 8s and finding resistance. So it could look for breaks of 8 on this. Just to pay a bit more attention to how the money flows on these, because these have caught me out before. Just because it's a slower market. Money comes in. There's so much more money. Which, you know, I can obviously see that there's opportunity, but it previously hasn't lent itself well to the way that I trade. But yeah, I'm not gonna let that deter me. Just make sensible decisions all the same. What can we do? That's going into 7s. That's going. Could feel to make a market on this one. Let's see, what can we do? What can we do? It's potentially breaking 8s, is it? Going into 8s. Do feel to make a market, but I'll be going behind this chunk of money here. I say chunk, but I mean it's like 700 quid anyway, which will could take a while to get matched. I'm trying to avoid not just trading for trading's sake. Let's just see what my other options are. When's the next race? 10 minutes. And that's not getting matched either. So if I were to lay this, I'll be going in behind this, and it's not there's not a particular amount of, you know, liquidity. It's not really getting matched. You can see 6.2 is getting, you know, a fair chunk of the money filled, but not 6s. Maybe the dynamics of this changes a bit nearer to the off. Sorry, just thinking out loud here, just hypothesizing. But even just going, I mean, I'm thinking of making markets, but although there's been a lot of money come through on these ones, it's still pretty thin in terms of, you know, double digit. So if I was making market, ideally what I'd want is like a whole bunch of money there, like 100, ideally, you know, thousands or, you know, high hundreds, and then you just back and then lay, or laying them back. Sevens, okay, it's moving off of sevens. This piercing eights looks to be the preferred breakout, at least at the moment, or this break in sixes. Let's just yeah, just spending time on this is obviously just jeopardizing my time that I could be spent on the next race, which is 10 minutes off. But yeah, I'm aware of that. $6.8. This one could be pushing a bit lower. What could that send out? So this coming in, could see this push. Let's have a quick reorder as well. Okay, that has broken lower. I could see this go higher. Okay. This one. A slightly more aggressive one in there. You can see this has broken out, at least on the chart there. So it's broken its support. This looks like it's edging higher as well, actually. So possibly a break of that, whatever that resistance level is there, probably 6.6, might be of interest. See how this one pans out. See if I can get a fill on this. Still keeping an eye on this to see if it breaks 8. So looking at quite a few things at the same time here. Okay, oh, that's annoying. Why does it stick on that? So front here can get filled. I am taking 2 selections at the same time, or potentially, you know, 2 positions. So inherent in that is additional risk, because I'm just dividing my attention between the 2 if both get filled at the same time. Likelihood as one gets filled, I will close out the other orders. That price isn't as great anymore, but I've still got position on it. So I've got filled, or getting filled. Let's just take out those. Okay, so got fully filled on that. I mean, this price isn't as appealing, but you know, it's at the money, it's at support. See if we can get a tick out of it. I think this has persisted to move higher, just out the corner of my eye. Way at the back of this queue. So to see if that gets filled, but looking to add to this position as well. That got filled. Let me put this at 6s. That's drifting. That's going to help this, or could help this, I should say. There is unfortunately no absolutes in this. Anything can happen. So, 6 minutes. This point, I don't think I want to add to it, but you know, I've got a decent position on this, decent enough. £390 out of 500 odd needs to be matched. I can at this point just drag it into profit and close out. I am holding out because I'm seeing this drift just out the corner of my eye. There's still some inherent bearishness on this, which means that this has a decent probability of getting filled. You know, I'm not going for new lows here. It's just support. It just has to fill at support, and I've got an objective met. I just have to be careful, and you know, not to let that evaporate. Yeah, should anything suddenly happen. So nearing the front of this queue, but you know, this money here is going down, and obviously when that goes, it's gonna move up. About £100 left before I get filled, or thereabouts. Okay, so that got filled. Just green on that, and do one. Next one. So 15 minutes to the off. Odds on favourite, very flat, jumping around between resistance here and support of these lows. Second favourite's come in, found support, came to its lows, and looks like it's on a slight drift. And these other ones are very highly priced. Let's have a reorder of those. What is going on with Twitch today? Sorry, my stream keeps cutting. I think I need to update OBS to make sure that's still working properly. But any case, so this odds on favourite, let's see if I can get a read on what we're looking at here. The chart doesn't really help me here. Should have checked this before. 38 grand is decent enough money matched with 14 minutes to go. It's a tight book, so the trading conditions are fine. It's just structuring a potential trade. Well, this one looks like it's been steaming in. It's hard to get a read on an entry price for that though. 12.5, 12.5. Break low of that might be of interest. Yeah. Yeah, apologies to guys on Twitch. I've noticed that happens quite a few times. Like when I do a video, it will just be split into several different videos over the course of you know, a 2-hour session. So I think that's yeah, software issue that I just need to look into. But let's see what we can do with this one. It does look like it's attacking its lows, so a break of support would be favourable to short, but it's hard to get an exact reading of what I'd be using as a reference point on this, because I can't read that off the chart. I mean, the lowest it's gone is for 1.76, which is going to be, you know, this level. Okay, that makes sense. but it's way out of the money at the moment. Come on, what can you see? What can you see? What can you see? What's tradable? This one could be tasty if it breaks to 12.5, but really is a wait and see. It's only, you know, it's 12 minutes left, so there's still enough time, but nothing's screaming to me yet. So again, it could be a very easy place just to lose money. So it's just having a quick look off a screen. So okay, good. Suspended markets. All right, 11 minutes to go. Still no viable entries that I've seen here. Just gonna have a reorder. So click on this one here just to reorder from lowest odds to highest, because sometimes, you know, as you can see, they can move about and the order will change, and I can only display 4 at a time, which is more than enough to look at. It can be you know, hard enough just to look at 1, let alone 4. But the reason I have, you know, 4 up is so I can at least see the correlation, the strongest correlations in terms of the chart movement. So, you know, seeing something going up and something going down helps me see, you know, they might be playing off of each other. So that's why I have 4 up at the same time. Could probably do it with 3. 2 probably wouldn't be enough. And then 1, obviously, yeah, can do it with 1. Very flat movement. So this is definitely struggling with 6s. Let's just see how long it's been. You know, it's just, I mean, it's traded at this level, but it's just, you know, on the bid and offer, on the back and lay, it's just been, you know, volume going through on those two. Hasn't really moved off of that. So certainly, you know, a break lower of 6s, it was probably, because that's held for so long and been quite strong, I would anticipate if it were to break 6s, it would be quite a strong break, just because of, I mean, how support and resistance works. If you think about it, if you were laying all the time here, and you were just trying to make, you know, this was your reference point to go long, anticipating the price is going to move higher, and then all of a sudden that money disappears and it goes through, you know, 6s, you're going to have regrets and you're going to be shitting yourself. What if you're stupid about it? You're going to be shitting yourself. That's moving down, and you're going to try, you know, and cover it and then buy it back, or back it back. And then that is kind of self-fulfilling. There's other people trying to do that, and then it pushes the price lower and lower and lower. Similarly, if you're trying to you know, short this or back this in, and you're looking at it as 6s as your reference point, and it breaks it, you know, you might be trying to add to that position as it moves down, and then that just creates that self-fulfilling prophecy of it moving down at a rapid speed. So, you know, should that break 6s, that's probably going to be quite violent. All right, that's broken support. Okay, put something out of the money. Might have missed that. Oh, Gordon Bennett yammering away, and I've missed the action. 15s. Has that broken 15s? No, but it's approaching it. So what I'm looking at is this sharp movement here down is going to cause one or more of these others to push out. As you've seen, look, this has moved off of 6s, this has moved here, it has passed 15s. Alright, I'm going to try this. So I'm looking at this breakout here and anticipating that this bearishness is still going to continue on the favourite. So let's see if we can get some skin in the game on this and not do myself too much harm. So that's getting filled. It's quite, got to be careful because this is quite a heavy position for such high odds. So got £10 left to lay off. I need this to continue to come in with its bearishness. And obviously this to continue with its bullishness to push higher. This is having a deep retrace now. Doesn't help me. Let's see how this goes. Don't want to be defensive on this one. How long? 6 minutes. Yes, alright. I'm going to pull that down. Just play a bit more defensive game. And the risk to reward isn't really isn't ideal here because I'm risking a lot more than I can gain. But yeah, that's why it's worth going for a fewer ticks. So that is still persisting lower, so I would anticipate at least some bullishness in this. 5 minutes 20. Smart to short that.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So I've got some of that taken out. Even more money coming. What's this at? 100 grand. Reluctantly, just dragging down my profit expectations because time is running out. Very reluctantly moving that down, but hey, got to play defense at least for now. So let's see if we can get filled here. At least give me some green. Don't want to count my chickens. So I need another, well, basically all of that to be taken. So there we go. So could have probably made more out of that, but yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. The favourite probably would have been more interesting to trade on that, but even looking at it's been quite erratic. It hasn't really, although there's been some very strong moves down, they've kind of, you can imagine getting whipsawed in that very easily. So maybe taking the quieter one was the better move there. No regrets, but yeah. Let's have a look. Next one is at 1 o'clock. Oh, yeah, okay. I was only 10 minutes on that. 70 grand matched. So, 8 minutes. 70 grand. Very tight book. Odds on. Wow, that is a very short favourite. Mios Dios. Like that's almost a certainty to win. Yeah, but anything can happen. That is yeah, that's crazy. 1.15. 88% chance that that's going to win. But yeah, your return on investment isn't going to be great on that if you just outright bet that. Yeah, let me move on because time's ticking on that, and yeah, couldn't really see much opportunity to trade it. Wow, look at all these odds on favourites. This is like the third or fourth one. My God. All right, 30 grand match, 16 minutes to go. Tight book. See what we can do. So, favourite here. Bit hard to read, but you can see at least with its highs, it's gone into these previous lows here. This movement here has kind of interacted with the previous support, and it's moved away from that. Second favourite. He's a quite tricky to read actually. Second favourite at least has come in. Oh, what we're talking about, it's the inverse of this. If you look at this, up, down, up, so it's kind of double top there and moved away. This is double bottomed here and then moved away. So these two are quite inversely correlated. Okay, so as this one comes in, I'd expect this one to go out. So just need to see if I can see some reference points. 325. So 3 is the support here. And 325. Oh, it's at 325. Okay, let me think. So 325 as resistance, or its high at least. It's going to be very hard to get a reading on this price. Probably 1.61. So a move lower past 1.61, which it's doing. All right. Take an aggressive one there. So what I'm anticipating is some bullishness in this, as this has gone into its support and looks like it had. It's hard because I can't get an exact reading. Let me just concentrate on this. Wait, 25. Okay, so basically I'm looking for this to continue to break its support of what I'm assuming is 1.61, so to move lower, and for this to persist higher. Trying to see if I can make it worth my while as well by increasing the profit target, but at the same time not being too greedy. Support is still holding. Which isn't good for my position. How long we got? 12 minutes. Yeah, it's just consolidating, as is this, more to the point, which is the one I'm in. But yeah, because it wasn't breaking here or here, so I was a bit more defensive on my profit targets. Yeah, decent result though overall in relative terms. So, yeah, profit on that. Next. "22 minutes. First thing that pops out, these two seem to be correlated, which is unusual because this is odds-on favourite and this is second favourite. So, whereas the other one was a bit easier to read because he had that inverse relationship where I can't remember the chart patterns. Basically, the favourite I think was going bearish, and then the other one was bullish. They kind of flip-flopped between each other. In this instance, the front two seem to be correlated rather than inversely correlated. And I think it's maybe this strong correlation here that has seen these other ones drift very, very hard. Well, there's only 4 horses in the race, bloody hell. So that makes complete sense. These two coming in has caused these two to drift. But how can I how can I make a trade around that? So I mean, cursory glance, going long on this looks like an option. 15s looks like it's support on this. So buying off of 15s, perhaps. Maybe. What else? We've got favorite. Is that 1.6? Favorite odds on favorite finding support at 1.6. It would seem so. This level here. So maybe a break lower on that is also viable to short. Although looking closer at this, I was just blowing up the chart on this second favourite. It looks like it's finding resistance. It's moving into 3.5 or just above 3.5. So shorting this and going long on this would probably be the preference. 1.6. Right. So short, long, long. See if I can see a entry opportunity though. I keep forgetting what this was. 1.6. 6. Mm. 19 minutes still. Of course, the outsider, or the one maybe not so obvious, is this one. Whoa, shit. Fat fingers. Gonna put something a little outside of money on this. While at the same time looking at these for breaks. But yeah, don't want to forget I've got this on, as I've done. I think I've made that mistake twice so far, where I've had open positions and just forgot about them as I've concentrated on other things, other opportunities. So yeah, try to avoid doing that. But I'm basically looking to potentially buy this if I can get a good price on it at 15s, which has acted as its support, and of course it's been very bullish overall, so I'd be looking to get long on that. Is that edging higher? So it's like it could be edging higher. Alright. Got some skin in the game on that. It just looks like it could be edging past resistance. It's a bit aggressive, to be honest. It's a bit preemptive, but hey. Just try and steal ticks on that, at least until there's better clarification. That's moved up. That's starting to roll over as well to attack its hides. So that makes me a little less confident. But I'm going to take those out. Just seeing this start to roll over, and you know, potentially it's quite nuanced in this chart because it's very small, but it's basically gone into support at 1.61 whatever it was, and it's going back up to its highs, to its resistance. So it isn't breaking lows. Equally, this isn't breaking its highs. It started to pull back slightly, roll over slightly, but because of the way I've positioned the entry, there's still scope to at least steal a tick. So I'm not dependent on the price having to break. One way you can think about it, one way, I mean, I don't play poker. I'm not a good poker player at all. But in poker, you got the concepts of outs where you would have you know, the amount of different ways that you could win based on your hand. So the more outs you have, the more opportunities that you have to win. So that's all that I'm trying to do when I position an entry, is just give myself more outs, more scope to you know, to win. Whether it breaks the price or just finds consolidation at the price, there's still you know, various ways that I can still profit. So I'm not reliant just on a breakout. And of course, you can always still lose. So, but yeah, it's just trying to reduce the ways that I can lose. "14 minutes and a half. Just hovering over this, should I need to bring this down a tick, at least part of the position, to a lower price. Would probably make it break even if part of this gets filled and the other gets filled at the higher price. But I'm maintaining for now, although, you know, this is looking to, you know, it's tricky ones to actually read. It's just very, the price is just consolidated. It's just bounced between support and resistance. Hmm. 13.5. Gosh, high quality, high volume races today. There's another Ascot one, actually. I didn't even clock that. But yeah, there's Fridays would seem to be a high quality trading day. So £76 needs to be matched, 230 in this queue. So still a little way to go. Might not even get matched. It's moved off the touch. I mean, there's no reason as yet to move off, but I've got to be aware as it's approaching these lows now, whatever this is, 3.4, it could break and move lower rather than bounce. But at the moment, I'm anticipating it could find support and bounce and go back into its highs, which is reason enough to hold the position. Come on. These aren't good signs. It's, you know, just persisting to test this again. And that could be a break. Especially seeing some upward movement in that favourite there. So I have to act accordingly. Minutes. May even look to just reverse my position in this and get short. Just see if I can clear this up first and then make a decision on what to do next. So flat now, carrying a loss. Seeing this break. Has that broken its highs? Can't read the bloody number. But it's persisting higher. So going long on this or potentially shorting this are now the preference. Just don't want to get too late to the party on this, but at the same time not get shit fill. Some ones as well. Let's focus on this one. This one looks like it could get filled. Minutes or thereabouts. Okay, so got some more skin in the game. £5. On the touch with the rest of this position. £15. This looks like it's continued to drift, which helps me. So this will take my, if this gets filled, this will take my net position up to 30. Reasonably heavy, but I'm comfortable with that for now. Very erratic moves there. Could see this move down. Or not. Oh, some big chunks of money I can see there. But yeah, I'm still going to hold tight on this to the short side. This one at 15. One at 3s. So it's pulling back and it's going back into its previous support, where it's probably, you know, well, I'm hoping it will find resistance and then persist lower, at least to test these lows, but potentially move lower, which is why I've got these, you know, speculative closing orders here. This has come into its previous highs here, big chunks of money, which doesn't help my position because it could push it down, but should it break those highs, that would be a positive outcome for these for this position. So this, like I said, it's coming to its previous support. It's finding resistance and potentially moving lower. It's finding some resistance to that. How long have I got? 6 minutes 40. So just moving up one of my orders there, just reducing profit expectations. As the price has stalled, it's come into support its previous lows. So there's good reason to think that, like, as I said before, and same shit, just different trades, but there's good reason to think that it's at least going to find support. But because it's quite probable, it breaking new lows is less probable, although it is possible. So I'm just going for what seems likely to play a defensive game on protecting my capital. But this could be punching again for this 1.7 level, which again is going to help this. If it does punch through 1.7, you can see on the chart here, because of the inverse relationship between these two. 5 minutes 39. So it's finding support still, and I'm getting less time to work with, so I'm just gonna, oh well, everything got filled just as I moved it up, so I'd have got a little extra on that, but hey ho, profit is a profit. So everything got, you saw there, that's why it's useful having some positions outside of the money as your partial exits, or just having one like loose that you can just one or two, whatever you think, just so you can take advantage of that. And this is just pushing much lower now. It's gone past threes, which is going to be, it's flying, but that's not my concern now. Next one here, 14 minutes and a half till the off. Whoa. And again, if you're watching on Twitch, this is uploaded every day afterwards to YouTube. You'll find a link in my my profile. You can just subscribe there. There's also the playlist of all my previous trading days. This is number 36. Yeah, 36 days of trading live. So yeah, if you follow on there as well, you'll see anything that I've covered here today. Be able to play it back. So 14 minutes to the off, 41 grand matched, 101.3% book. Excellent. Favorite at twos, come in, found, where is that level? Don't know. Well, it's going to be 2.1. I'm assuming this low here is 2.1. So a break of that lower, 2.1, might be of interest. Second favorite here at fives. Obviously it's drifted and it's come back in, found support at its previous highs here, and it's just somewhere in the middle of that range now. The other ones here, can't really read too much into them. They've been quite sideways, so just gonna take a step back, just looking away from the screen for a sec, so bear with me. So okay, all right, okay, so this is breaking that 1.2. all right, see if I can position myself around that. This could see something else move out. So sixes, this breaking sixes might be viable. Let's see if I can get some skin in the game on this one though, at a favourable price. Okay, got filled in all of those. What's that? 15. Let's be a bit more aggressive on these exits. What else is there going on? Alright, that will make sense. Taking that to there. Okay. So £10 to lay off. Alright. Yeah, might be too aggressive on that exit. £20 to lay off now. Wait. Alright. Be a bit more decisive on those placements of the not decisive, just clearer on where I'm looking for in terms of profit potential, because I need to, at the moment a lot of the time my risk to reward is out of kilter, at least I feel. Oh, that is, yeah, that's broken sixes. Now do I want to split my attention? Oh, this can be a very risky game. So I'm seeing this break and this come in. I'm effectively betting on a similar type of thing, i.e. this moving up and this moving in. But I'm aware of the risk. And if it goes tits up, I've only got myself to blame. It hasn't happened as quick as I wanted it to, so I'm going to close that one out and focus on this one. So what we got? £10 left to lay off. .5 minutes. Eight minutes left. Taking this long is just, it's distracting me, because I do want to get long on that, but yeah, just got to be careful of, you know, what this one's telling me. It's not not punching for new lows at all. In fact, it's reversing. 7 minutes. Okay, just going to move this up one tick. Lows are viably getting higher. It's punching that resistance. So yep, got to pay defense, protect the capital. Six and a half minutes. See the way these lows have just crept higher, and they're going into that resistance. And if that breaks, then it could be a very sharp move upwards that I'd be on the wrong side of. So just trying to listen to what's going on, even if that means taking a small loss, a break even, or a lesser profit. Can't afford to be wrong and strong.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Oh, it's broken that resistance. So I had the chance to get out at a lower loss, but you know, I mean, where the position was still made sense. Still good likelihood we're going to see some pullback into it as it finds support. But like I said, if it broke that resistance, there's a good chance it would run higher, which it has done. And good thing I didn't go long on this either, because I was looking at sixes as a reference point there. That would have been two things that I'd be managing rather than one. So we've got 4 minutes. Okay, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do? Oh dear. So that's failure to act despite the warning signs. 3 minutes. There is this one. This is exceedingly... No, too late. Alright. C'est la vie. It's another one where you can see just the hesitation to... I saw that the technical aspects of it were, you know, pretty much changing. The reason that I'd got into it had changed. It wasn't showing signs of bearishness, it was showing signs of bullishness. I was trying to eke out, you know, reduce the loss on the exit, which it was still quite probable, but you know, it went against me. And then with the market breaking its resistance. It's just run higher, which results in a higher loss. But it's it's still not, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that bad. Similar thing to yesterday. I mean, I'd got two pretty bad losses in a row in comparative terms, but that in the grand scheme of things weren't too bad in terms of everything that was at risk. And then it's just a case of taking a couple of hours away and then coming back in the evening and trading the evening markets and getting the losses back and then a profit as well. So I'm not perturbed by taking a loss, because I know in the grand scheme of things it's not something that is long-term damage. What it can be, that's the thing, if you let it run too much out of control, then that can be an issue. But at least so far I haven't let that happen. So this one here, 6 minutes, that's not enough time, so let's go on to the next one. Decent volume on it though. 80 grand, 88 grand. So 15 minutes 55 seconds for this one. So just having a quick look at my P&L. So I think that puts me about maybe just over break even on a day, I think. So far it's been well, I took 2 trades whilst not on screen, but that was a 20p profit and a 20p loss, so then that's net net 0. Then first trade here was a break even, then 46p profit, 16p profit, 58p profit, and then well, this is going to be a £1 and call it £1.10 loss, so it's about 10p up on the day. So let's see here, we've got favourite here at 3s, which has come in and is rather flat, although there's a slight drift bias on that at the moment, I'd say. Second favourite is probably quite bullish. This has drifted, coming into its highs though, so that's quite interesting. 4s, a break of 4s might be of interest to go long. Third favourite here, come in, hitting its resistance at 6s, I believe. So it's just pierced it. So it could be breaking that resistance. I don't favour going long on that just yet. I mean, a break of this low would have been better because it would be more in tune with this bearishness that we've been seeing. And it's making lower highs and lower lows. So a break of that support would have been more favourable to a break of 6s. And this one here has just been coming in as well near its lows. So let's see if I can see a trade out of this. The easiest one to read would probably be this one, breaking 4s, but it's nowhere near that at the moment. Or I could use the support as 375 as a reference. Could buy off of that. But really what I'm looking for to be long on this, what would be better is to be some bearish signs from something else. Can't read that value, but I mean it could be some. So break lower, I guess, of 6.6 on this might be of interest, if that correlates to this pushing higher, or vice versa. 12 minutes 50 minutes. Ugh, can't even speak. 12 minutes 45 seconds till the off. Okay, so there's a whole lot of activity come there. Oh, that's that's broken way past 7, so that hasn't updated yet. This has gone here. This was probably the only one that didn't move. So this one was moving in very strongly. In fact, I think it's the third favourite now. Yeah. So where sevens was a reference point, now sixes, it breaking sixes would be the money play. Let's find any support off of that. Yeah, just trying to see, trying not to jump on anything. I am bullish on this, but it's just as it comes into fours there. Alright, let me try and position myself based on the 375 as support. Okay, it's gone into fours now. I'll put something a little closer to the money. It has pierced fours. I just think it's, there you go, it's just slow update him. So I've got some money in the game, but then some skin in the game, but then I only went for a tick on it, and because it was only £5. So right on direction, but haven't got the size of position that I'd want. No, let me hold out for that. That's a shame. That is a shame. That was worth more than a tick. Let's see, might get another chance. So what am I at here? Fours. See off. Kill damage. So this is coming in strong. This is drifting. So I was right on that. Just got out too early. Way too early. No, I've missed it. So just going to quickly see if there's anything else that comes to light. Time is ticking down on this one. Alright, let's exit those, green up, move on to something else with a bit more time on it. Next one's got a decent amount. Oh, it's an Ascot one. So another one of these Ascots. 16 minutes 55 seconds to off. 121 grand matched. Huge. Very tight book. Favourite at 4s. I mean, the front runners are all at 4s or 5s. Yeah, top 4 are both all at 4s or 5s. So favourite here has come in, has consolidated. Come in, consolidated. This one's drifted, come back in, and then consolidated. These third and fourth are both very flat. Oh, tricky ones to read. My, first initial instinct is just to make a book on these. So go on the lay on the back. 16 minutes to off. Fives has been a resistance on that. Fives. Yes, both of these is off. So I'm going to try and back at what I feel is the resistance in this, just because it can get a relatively good Q position. But of course won't hesitate to take that out if the right conditions don't materialize. So is that also 5? No, it's not. What is that? 475? No. So again, just a waiting game until right conditions materialize. Okay, so this. Let's have a look at this one as well. I'd like to get an accurate read on what that price level is, but it's just a guess. I'm guessing it's what 5.4. So I've put this here should the price come back into resistance, but to be honest, I'm favouring a break on this, but I'd want to see it break first before shorting it. I can't get an actual read on what that price support is, but I mean, judging from where the volume's been matched, it's probably 4.8. So 12, 13 minutes off. Feels like things are picking up a bit. Okay. Just trying to get position on this. So that should this get filled, so I've got filled on that first, which isn't great. If this moves down now, okay, so it's happening too quick to explain, but basically that could have been not so great if that moved away on me, because I got filled on the lay side first and then the back. Let's just add this whilst it's here. Just get it while it's there. Yeah, fair enough. So turned out all right. Pretty much made a market on that. Just scalped the fact that it was very rangy. But these high volume ones, I must admit, they're not the easiest for me to trade. Oh, this is broken. What's gone on here? What was that? 5-3 maybe. This looks like it could be breaking support. What level are we dealing with there? 4.5. I'm ticking down on time here, but yeah, I will be jeopardising my my profit by attempting to trade further. So let's make the smart decision here. Gonna have to move on. Oh, I didn't green up, did I? Reluctantly move on. So 31 grand match, 19 minutes to off. Just having a quick look off screen here. 10 on that. $28. It's about 88p profit on the day. So next one here, favorite of threes, drifted, come back in, pulling back. No real reference for where that could be finding support, if it were to find support. But yeah, can just ascertain that this is drifted and is pulling back currently. Second favorite, this is bearish overall, so steamed in, come to its low, and it could be a very deep pullback there before it potentially moves lower. So it is gone into fours, where it could find resistance, where you've seen these various support levels previously. So certainly this moving lower again could be of interest. The others, yeah, I mean, bearish on this overall. This one looks like it could be finding resistance off of eights. 18 minutes to go, 32 grand matched. What's the play? Let's have a look. So resistance at fours. It's actually probably about 4.1. Is there anything else that's going up? No. This possibly. So this is starting to move up off of 3.5, which I'm deeming as this level here, which, you know, I'm preempting that being support. It moving off of that would be more, you know, reason to to short off this and get back on this move to, you know, attacking its previous lows. But it's a bit this market's a bit stagnant at the moment, so not looking to jump on anything just yet. So at the moment I'm just trying to play these two off of each other. So either seeing, you know, some movement up on this to short this, or some movement down on this to lay this, go long on this. We're not seeing that at the moment. So a reorder just in case. 16 minutes left. If anything, this looks like it could be edging in rather than a retrace, which would be, you know, this moving up and then pulling back. It could be a reversal where in fact it just moves down, excuse me, moves down to, you know, attack these lows. Same with this, rather than it being a pullback or a retrace or a correction, whatever you want to call it, and then continuing lower, it could just be a reversal where it just persists higher to break this support, previous support, and what is now resistance, to move higher. And should it break falls, it's probably going to be quite a violent break higher. But for now I shall just wait. Starting to consolidate now at this 3.5 level, as is this at fours. 13 minutes. In fact, looking at correlation, these two look very similar. If you're taking, you know, the most recent, if you like, downward move, it's just over different time frames and different ranges. This has been bearish, as has this. They're currently just both pulling back. So this is pulling back, this is pulling back. It's not super strong correlation, but you know, they are correlated. You can see that. So this is got to be careful not to just make stuff up as well here, but seeing this going into 11s, I mean, it's broken its previous resistance, these highs here, and it's broken higher, so going long on that hang on, what's going on here? Going long on that is a possibility. This is definitely looking a bit more bearish, which favours me now, considering this going long rather than using the 4 as resistance, looking for breaks of support of that to go long. as this one edges in. Tricky. This is a tricky one. 12 minutes to the off though. Let's just avoid losing money unnecessarily. What is happening? What's happening, mate? What's happening? Okay, pasando, cara. Let's see. So, I mean, this is building some pretty strong support at around 7s or just underneath. So, looking for breaks on that is another thing. But yeah, time's ticking down. Still waiting for something that's tradable. Waiting. That's what this job is mostly about. Do you like the way this has come down, pulled away, and is now potentially attacking that high again? That can often be some signs of, breaking that resistance. Okay, so it's gone into 4s. Chart hasn't updated yet, but it's there you go. Now it's updated. Nope. A little bit preemptive, because what I'm saying here is the price hasn't broken 4s yet, but I'm still speculating on taking a position that it could break rather than retrace. So yeah, this one's has just persisted to slowly creep in. In fact, I will take something at 4s if it lets me. But I just have to be, vigilant that that is just really strong resistance, and it's still now, even now, still just holding as resistance there. So this may not move off, but if I get some skin in a game, then there's good scope that if it breaks that level, then it could move much higher. And there's no, I don't want to be just taking a tick on that, like I did last time. That was a thing. But I was hoping to build a bigger position on that. It just didn't happen. So ideally, you don't want to just, when there's that opportunity, of this breaking much higher, then it can make sense to go for bigger profits, dependent on a few things. I mean, how long it's been there and how much time is left. I have to be wary now. There's only 8 minutes left. Still haven't taken a position. It's been consolidating hard. It's going to make this riskier. That is creeping as well. Ooh, do I still want to take this on? Yeah, I'm happy to hold out to see if I can get a fill. And this is, yeah, okay, might even have to go at market. So I've got a position in there. Seen some very strong moves down on this. Hasn't yet correlated to some movement on this, but certainly if this breaks, you know, breaks these levels convincingly, could see it run up. How long? 6 minutes. Well, weight of money's favouring it, and you know this moving in has helped, but I just can't sit and hope it's just gonna, you know, fall into my lap. I have to listen to what's happening now. I mean, yeah. Let's have a look. Let's see. Five and a half minutes. So there's likely more money going to arrive in the next few seconds. That could see the push that we need to see it move higher, or could completely, you know, fall back into its range there. Reluctantly going to move that down just to reduce profit expectations, because it hasn't happened as of yet. And also I'm going to just take out that.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
You can feel there's more money coming through now, and more erratic movements as well, which, you know, can be warning signs. Reluctantly, just feels he's going to run up, but play defense. It did, but hey, see, if I'd kept those in, it would have definitely been a few more ticks, because that resistance was really holding hard. But yeah, played maybe too defensive there. But I know as more money comes in, that move down could have equally been in the opposite direction. So it's not just looking at what, you know, what could have been in terms of profit, it's what could have been in terms of the downside, the loss. But there was good logic to that. It's just if that had come a bit earlier, that would have been helpful. Yeah, I would have definitely held that position out for a bigger move. Different type of trade. You know, those last 5 minutes, you're going to see those bigger moves. But yeah, green is green. Can't complain. I haven't lost money. So, cool. That was a big test of patience. It was a long wait on that one. This one is 30 minutes. 30 grand matched. 8 minutes to go. Yeah. Nope. Next. 18 minutes to go. Odds on favourite. 38 grand matched. Very tight book. Favourite here. Drifted, come in, finding support. Break of that support might be worth shorting. These other ones are a bit harder to read, really. All very sideways. These two look correlated, third and fourth. Second one here. There's been some correlation in the most recent price action from about here in the first, and from here in the second one. But short in the favourite seems to be the clearest play. I would just need to see if I can get a reference point for what level I could do that at. Maybe see some signs of bullishness in some of the other ones. Sorry for guys on Twitch again. I think Twitch is just cutting out again. But yeah, just trying to short this now. So I've got some skin in the game. Not convinced it's going to continue to punch lower, but made some green on that. This one here, oh, if only could read that level. I'm guessing it might be 10s, 10.5 to be long on. So still very bearish on this. This one does look like it's piercing its previous highs, as is this one. These two, like I said, are very correlated, and you know that's mirrored by the bearishness of this here. These are, you know, showing signs of moving up. So how can you profit from that? Right. So as I feel these are both moving in very similar ways, I'll put very similar entries on them and anticipate that this could continue to come in, which will result in these being pushed out. Just don't want to overpay for these, so I'm not going in at 11s, sorry. This one's moving, but this one's staying flat. This is still coming in very strong. I'll try and build a position, bigger position, if it lets me. I have to be careful because these odds are so high as well. So each tick is going to be worth more, so there's, you know, bigger risk. I'm just recording at the moment. So I want to touch on this one. It has flattened out, so context has slightly changed, but this persistent bearishness that we're seeing here, although I've not been on the back of it, could see these continue at least to stay at their resistance or move out. Okay, so I've got a fill on that. Let's get rid of these. So, attempting to steal a tick on this, based on it just meeting its resistance. 11 minutes 45 to go. It's starting to drift, isn't it? Shit. Yeah, don't want to get filled on that. Yeah, let's just pay attention to the warning signs. It looks like it's broken its support, potentially moving lower. This has persisted to drift. This has had a very deep pullback, which is, you know, affecting this one. But yeah, had I been in this one, I'd be more inclined to hold this one to see the bullishness return. This one, not so much, because it's just been flat as a resistance, and in fact started to roll over. So let's see if I can get out of this one at break even. And then take things from there. Still need 33 quid to be okay. So, you know, I've got out of that one, break even. So only 9 minutes and a half left now. Let's just see if there's anything else that I can see that is worth attempting without risking too much capital. Yeah, that's gone off now. Too late on that. Too late on this. This one looks like it'd be very easy to get whipsawed in. 9 minutes. Alright, let's have a look at what the profit and loss is on a day. So far, I think they should have all settled by now. So I've had so break even, 46.2 profit. So what am I saying? 46. So start again. Break even, 46p profit, 16p profit, 58p profit, 53p profit, £1.10 loss, 10p profit, 28p profit, and anything else? Another 20p to settle. Oh, hang on. What's this? I've got one that's... Oh, I made green on this. Muppet. Alright, fair enough. Didn't even know that. So, got about another 30p profit coming in. So that puts me in about £1.31 for the day. It's alright. Slightly less than I'd want to be making with the stake, the bank that I'm using now. But it's not bad. I might just give it an hour or so, come back and do the evening sessions. Seems like there's some good quality races on at the moment, but I'll call it a day for today, and be back again tomorrow here on Twitch, Mr. Exchange Trader, and then uploaded same day to YouTube. But if you made it as far, thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.